There was a little kid, for example, this year was the first year that we've been able to offer a pumpkin pie as part of the Thanksgiving, and I remember putting that basket into the parents' car and the little kid just screaming like, "Yay, pumpkin pie!" And I think that those are the moments that we really look forward to. And those are the families that when a little kid gets really happy about a pumpkin pie, I just think it speaks volumes about the level of need. Well, the holiday drive has actually been going on for more than 40 years. It started off as something really small, giving people turkeys out of the back of a truck, and it's really grown and evolved. My predecessors, I think, did a great job of working with the community, of being part of a coalition in Montgomery County in order to be able to really serve people who don't really have the means to be able to have a good holiday season. Our goal, honestly, is really just to provide them with assistance. It's kind of like a supplement to what they're already doing. So I don't know, it's gone to the point where we're really just trying to help people.
In this growth, the drive has seen support from many volunteers of different backgrounds, all sharing the common desire to help others in need.
It makes me feel good, it makes me feel a part of the community, and I think that's something that kind of is missing these days with all sorts of technology. It's all about you, what you're doing, and coming here you get in touch with other people, you're reminded of you need to contribute to the world, not just cyberspace.
I think growing up, my family have been very big on volunteering. To this day, my dad volunteers at our local food bank every Wednesday, and it is something that I have been taught since as long as I can remember. So it's just something that has been instilled in me forever.
Well, I was raised, as a little kid to give back to the community, to focus on service to others. In the church, through Boy Scouts, learned to do a lot of community service. And 4 or 5 years ago, when I saw this opportunity, my wife and I started volunteering and ended up becoming one of the coordinators to help run this big program.
220 volunteers help out for the holiday drive. If you do it at an hour apiece, which is not even close, that's 220 hours. If you do the math on that in terms of the amount of money that's being saved to the city, and the amount of money that they're donating in terms of their time and effort, I think it's an invaluable resource.
Thank you.
Each year, the drive's volunteers serve as the backbone of making sure the holidays are enjoyed by everyone in the community.
This year, it has been a little bit different. We had 170 more children referred. We had a few more families referred for Thanksgiving. So the population in Rockville continues to grow, and with that comes a higher need. This is a really giving community, and so people really come out, and I think that in working with our public information office, city managers, with the different departments, public works and the things that they do for us, and also with recreation and parks, special events, it really helps us to fill that need. But without the help of residents, without the help of the local companies, the small businesses, the volunteers, the little kids, we just can't do it.
So behind us is a food drive. A lot of different companies and families have collected food for Thanksgiving for next week. And here what we're doing is we're bringing all those collections together and sorting them in different groups so that way they can be distributed to other families throughout the city of Rockville.
What I think is cool this year that I hadn't noticed in previous years is that we're actually trying to look out for people with special dietary needs. So we're separating out low sodium, low sugar items for those who need a special diet, and we're just sorting all the canned goods into separate, whatever, by what they are, and then later on, I assume those boxes over there, volunteers are going to pack them up and make an assorted box for everybody. There's people making cards, so people don't just get a box of food, they get acknowledgement that Happy Thanksgiving and from the City of Rockville.
And then you can put it up.
Well, I think, Rockville's a very diverse place. I think Thanksgiving is one of the few holidays that almost everybody celebrates. And I think the ability for folks to come together and make it possible for those who may not be able to celebrate otherwise to do so, I think is really special. And I think it cuts across all ethnic and religious and age backgrounds, and allows everyone to come together to help people here in the community.
I had a local business actually call me, and they were really sorry actually that they hadn't been able to contact me earlier because they were going through some changes internally. But even with that, the employees still pushed to try to get at least some toys for the holiday drive. And I met with a lot of these people when I first started as community service manager a few years ago, and it was a handshake. And now it's I see them and we give each other a hug, and it's just indicative of how they feel about this event. King Farm, for example, a lot of the volunteers there feel great about this. They come out in hordes. For Thanksgiving, we were expecting 15 to 20 people to show up, and we had 35 people show up to help with the sorting.
Oh, is this the 4-year-old?
Yeah, that's the bigger one.
And their giving hearts don't stop after sorting and delivering food for Thanksgiving. The drive continues to be mindful of families in need into December, making their holiday shopping easier with the drive's own toy shop.
Behind me, you're going to see a bunch of volunteers just trying to decorate the toy shop, and it's really a spectacle to see. Something that starts off as a community center that's empty and becomes just the spirit of the holidays is everywhere when volunteers and people get together to do this, to help people who don't have the means. So the way the toy shop actually works is we have people come in and we have people divided into shifts just because we have parking obviously, and just in terms of the number of volunteers. So we have 3 shifts, and people will come into the lobby, and we divide the toys out so that it's equal across the 3. They come in, they get checked in to make sure, and we verify that they're residents, and we verify that they're City of Rockville people, and we verify that they're here, the number of people that they need help for. Then they get paired up with a chaperone, and the chaperone walks around and it kind of helps them to pick out the toys for the kids. Depending on the number of kids, the chaperone will help them pick out the 2. Again, we're trying for 2 toys per kid, and I think we're actually going to be able to accomplish that goal this year, which is phenomenal. And they walk around, they really get to know, each other. Then they walk to the end of it, they pick out some stocking stuffers, and then we have a set of volunteers that are just here to wrap.
My favorite is with the holiday drive. The parents come and they pick out the gifts for their kids, but typically they don't have somebody who can watch their kids. So they drop the kids off, and while the parents go around and pick up their things. And I like hanging out with the kids and giving them a time of day and playing with them and coloring with them and just kind of contributing to the excitement of Christmas, and just seeing them as kids and hanging out makes me feel young.
I don't know, it's gone to the point where we're really just trying to help people. We're just really trying to provide them with a couple of gifts, even the teenagers, something to help make the holiday season better.
This event is really special, not just so for me, because when the families actually come in to receive the different packaging and whatnot, it's the looks on their faces that it just really sets it in, like make it more real, and it's very heartwarming. It's really exciting just to see the reception of the different families coming in.
This is my 3rd year doing the toy drive, the 3rd year the school and parish have collected the toys, and the 3rd year that my family has actually helped to distribute the toys to homes too. I have 3 children of my own, and my husband and my 3 children, our first year, we went to a home and we knocked on the door and nobody answered. So we weren't sure what to do because it was our first house that we went to. So next thing you know, you see a curtain and you see these big brown eyes peek through the window and then close it, and peek back and then close it, and then she went like this, wait a minute. So I said, okay. So she went to go write a note, and she wrote a note on a paper towel, and she put it up in the window and said, my mommy's sleeping, will you come back? So I was like, oh. So I ran to my car, and all I had was a paper towel. So I wrote a note on my paper towel saying, yes, we'll be right back. So sorry, it was so, you saw her little face, she's crying, I'm crying, my kids are crying. So we leave, we go a couple of hours, we come back, knock on the door, the mom opens the door, she's smiling, she's happy, the house smelled like pine sol, she had been cleaning. The mom was a nurse, she worked all night, and so she slept all day, and the little girl was home by herself. And when you can't solve the world in a day, but I was like, oh, I want to buy her a coat and a baby doll and a Barbie and blah, blah, blah. But just to give her the one thing that we gave her.
I remember one family that actually received their toys in a hotel because they had lost their home. And if you think about that, that you take a family that has lost everything and then you're able to provide the kids gifts to kind of normalize that one day. I think that really makes all the effort that my staff go through on a yearly basis worth it, and it's those stories, and those are the ones that really, I think, are the most impactful, and the ones that really make us and push us to do a little bit more every year, and we're in this mode of growing this beast of the holiday drive and making it really a greater success and helping families even more.
As the holiday drive continues to build upon the successes of its previous years, the spirit that Rockville is a community that cares is never lost.
Rockville's a generous city, and I think people are grateful for the opportunity to kind of channel that generosity a little bit. That's one of the great things about the holiday drive, is that it allows, in an organized fashion, for people to get together in schools and businesses to donate goods, to donate their time, and really come out and help their community.
I think it, I think it shows that Rockville is a place that cares, and that folks from all walks of life can come together and help one another. So I think this leaves a mark of community. It ups our level of pride, and it allows folks to be thankful and show others that they're thankful that we're part of one big community.
I think that's what really kind of sustains life and community in general. A good community is that whatever you receive, you kind of give back twofold. And if everybody has that kind of mentality, I think you've got yourself a not only a tight-knit community, but also one where everybody has equal opportunity to succeed.
Because there's still people in the world who need help. Until there is no one needing help, you have to continue to give of yourself. I mean, you just keep working towards a day where nobody's sick, nobody is alone. Everybody who needs love has it, and needs food too, has it, yeah.
More than 20,000 households in the city of Rockville. If each one of those households were to be able to give a $3 donation, for example, we'd be able to cover everybody at a level that I think would be wonderful. The 2 toys per family, really providing for the teenagers and for the seniors. And that's the goal. That's our goal eventually, to be able to not only serve the smallest children, but also the seniors who are homebound, who are disabled, who may not have a holiday.
People need to be fed, people need to feel safe, and then on top of that, people need to feel loved. So, at least we're kind of providing for one of those.
I think it's wonderful seeing how much food comes into this drive. I think it's also sobering to see how many people need help, and so I think it's a good reminder that while this is incredibly helpful for the Thanksgiving season, the day after Thanksgiving and the other 364 days of the year, there are a lot of folks in our community who have needs. So I think one of the things we need to look at is how can we do more things like this throughout the year that may not be pegged just to a holiday.